some impressive achievements in his career. Just a few of these include having over 100 wins, over 100 pole positions, and the most wins at a driver's home GP. Let's not forget Hamilton equalled Schumacher's 7 drivers' championships back in 2020, a record many thought would never be equalled or surpassed. Modern-day Australian GPs tracked in the region of over 100,000 spectators on race day.
One, two, 1, 2. Right, welcome along everybody. Sorry, apologies for it only being me here at the moment. Just waiting on Ian to jump in the party chat. He was otherwise preoccupied until a few moments ago with some issue which we're not going to talk about. But anyway, welcome back to those of you who are watching here on Motive for the Purple Sector Formula 1 League here tonight. This is round 3 tonight here at Albert Park here in Melbourne, Australia. And what is going to be the host of the 2025 Formula 1 season in a few days' time in real life. He's host of round 3 here for season 12 of Purple Sector's F1 League here on the F1 24 game. And we're delighted to see that we've got 19 drivers out on track here tonight. Very, very close to a full house, but I think we have one driver who unfortunately had to hand in their apologies for tonight. But nonetheless, we've got a packed out grid and hopefully a lot of exciting action here. As I have actually seen here, we have got some rain in the air, which is going to definitely spice things up, because now it's going to mean that those who get the laps in nice and early before the track starts to get slippery are going to massively benefit here. So those who are in the pits are going to be in trouble tonight, that is for sure. It's going to be about making sure you do what you can while you can before it gets too slippery. So yeah, it's not going to be easy for these drivers, but let's see how they get on, as we're currently watching somebody who has become quite a familiar sight here on the Motive Racing YouTube channel. We saw him racing last night in China at the Shanghai International Circuit in another league called Red Arrows Racing League. And C. Faulkner did a good job in that one. Went from, C. Faulkner bins it there, going into the final sector of the lap. Oh, dearie me. I was just going to mention there, C. Faulkner went from 16th to 6th in yesterday's Chinese Grand Prix. Or was it? I can't remember if he actually finished 6th in the end, but I remember that was the case at one point. But yeah, it was a really, really strong drive through the pack last night, and let's see if C. Faulkner can get a good lap here. Obviously made a bit of a mistake there going through the final sector, got a massive slide, and that would have cost probably at least about a few tenths, maybe even a second, as we see MUFC there going to the top of the leaderboard there on a 118.8. You got Matty Pitt 2 tenths shy there in second place, as we see Justify there going to the top of the leaderboard there, Mark into P3 on an 18.8. So Justify currently leading the way here on an 18.6. As we said before, it's going to be about getting the times on the board as quickly as possible there. Tia 18.9 and Clen there in 18.1. So top of the leaderboard there for Clen. So the times are coming in thick and fast at the moment, but the drivers need to put their times on the board now. And Stiffy there with a 17.9. So first driver into the 117s there for Stiffy. But yeah, it's all about getting out there as quickly as you can here tonight, because it's going to be very congested, and there's going to be a lot of urgency here because of the fact that it's raining, and any second now that rain could start bedding itself into the track surface, and once it does, it's going to be very, very difficult for any of these drivers to improve on their lap times here. So, because obviously, for one thing, all of the rubber's going to be washed away, or a lot of the rubber's going to be washed away, but also the slippery surface as well. It's just going to make it incredibly difficult for these drivers here to find any improvements out there on the track. So, yeah, it's going to be a real test here for these guys. But Stiffy's gone top of the pile so far on that 1:17 that we saw. Clen there in second place with Justified third, and MUFC here coming into the pits at the end of that particular run that we were just watching there. So yeah, currently we've got Stiffy at the top of the leaderboard here, but are these drivers going to go for another set of soft tyres? I wouldn't have thought there'd be much point in putting the inters on, unless of course they're expecting a wet race, in which case we might see a few drivers doing some practice here tonight. Let's see who's out of position here, because it looks like there might be a few drivers who haven't got laps in. Freddie has still to do a lap here. Let's see what Freddie can do here, because the track, well, the rain you can see is coming down. Freddie might have a chance to put a time on the board here, a decent time on the board, but this will be, I think, his last chance to do so, because after this lap, look at that, look at the slipperiness there as he comes in towards the final few corners now. It's not going to be pole for Freddie, but it might be, he's a little bit off. Yeah, that goes to show the track devolution, if you like. So Freddie there, 1 minute 20, P15 at best for Freddie. And I don't think this track's going to be improving here. I think we're going to have a completely a waste of 12 minutes here, because to be honest, I can't see this track drying up. I think that we're going to see a lot of drivers putting the inters on, maybe doing a bit of testing, but I don't know what the weather's like. I don't know if anybody knows, if any of the drivers who are in the session know what the weather's forecast is going to be for the race itself. Then feel free to let us know, because that could be pretty important in terms of what to expect later on. And obviously that will be pivotal as to whether or not these drivers make the effort to actually do some running here in this session. But yeah, it really doesn't look like anything's going to be improving here. I wonder if they're going to call it out. Yeah, dry and sunny, says Freddie, for the race. So I wonder if they might just call it out for the quali. They might just say on the Discord, right, everyone, let's just retire and call it a day, because it's not going to get any drier and no one's going to improve. I don't know what they're going to do here. Hopefully they're going to sort something out so that we don't have to sit here and wait 10 minutes for them to finish qualifying. But let's see. In the meantime, we're going to see if what Emo guy is doing, because he's meant to be here, but he's not joined just yet, so I don't quite know what's going on there. Hello, mate. Everything all right?
A big fucking blue stack should be a pure pain in the cut as per usual.
Oh, sugar. That's not ideal. Well, it's a wet qualifying, and the what's it called? Basically, no one can improve their lap because it's raining really heavily. So the next 10 minutes is going to be a complete waste of time, unless it dries. So I just thought I'd ring you up while we're on stream, and yeah, why not? You know.
You probably figured that out by now, but the reason I was asking about your EA is because I went and bought F124.
Yeah, man, I actually figured. Yeah, I was hoping I could have found out in a slightly more. Oh, well. Anyway, we'll have to do co-op after this. I'm not working tomorrow, so we can do co-op tonight if you want.
I'll see how I feel, but after that one, I'm feeling a wee bit better.
Fair play. Yeah, the race is dry, and the qualifying, well, the rest of the session is going to be wet, so basically this quali session is totally, like, a total waste, essentially.
So effectively, it's basically a complete flip of track high yesterday.
Yeah, pretty much. What's Blue Stats looking like? Is it nearly done? What percentage is it on?
It doesn't give percentages, but I'm just going into party now.
Oh, cool. Alright, I'll catch you in literally a couple of seconds then.
Well done.
Right. Bye. There we go. And here he is, the man, the myth, speak of the devil, and he shall appear, Mr. Emo Guy. Well.
Hello, hi.
Oh, hello. Can you hear me all right?
How are we?
I'm good. Can you hear me? You got me, yeah? Hello? Oh, fuck.
Well, I think I'm probably lagging a little bit.
Can you hear me at all? Ian? 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 Alright, 1 2 1 2. Ian, my mic's working. You can hear me, right? I don't know, James. I don't know. It's getting a bit annoying. Yo. You gonna talk? Hey, there he is.
Hi.
Oh, thank God. There he is, emo guy. How you doing, mate? You alright?
I'm feeling a wee bit better than what I was during the last stream, but we live and we get better.
You sound a lot better than yesterday, I have to say. We'll have to.
Well, it's kind of hard to get worse.
Yeah, it's true. Oh, we'll have to do some co-op later on tonight. I tell you what, I miss a bit of co-op.
Right, I was actually doing some testing around here earlier on when I first got the game on, because I've only got a controller.
Yeah.
During the drive, I was able to get to, but I think it was like a 118.4.
Was that with setup?
No.
I can't remember what I was able to do. Because I've done 2 seasons, but the first season was F2 and the second season was F1. But I was lazy. I jumped straight into Ferrari. I should have really done it properly and gone for a lower sort of level team first. But I just went straight in Ferrari. But I can't remember what my times were on default because I've been doing it on default. But we'll have to do setups. We'll have to do AI like 100 with world record setups or something.
We'll start lower for me first because obviously I've not done any proper racing in a long time.
True. I've been doing career mode.
I've got some facts for tonight's race. I've got some facts for this track.
What about the Albert Park circuit in Melbourne, Australia?
Yeah.
No way. Please roll them off.
The last time that the Austrian GP was the season opener was March 17th, 2019.
What happened in 2020, Ian? Could you tell me?
The vent.
Yeah, the vid. That's it.
Vent.
The very thing that helped Motive actually thrive and prosper.
The last time this was the season opener, Lando Norris, George Russell, and Albon were all making their F1 debuts.
It's pretty crazy, that, isn't it? Norris and Russell made their debuts on the same day, and they're now stars of F1. They're now one of the they're now two top contenders. Well, not the top contenders, but they are two of the top contenders for the World Championship.
Yep. It was also Leclerc's first race for Ferrari.
It was. I always forget that Leclerc had that one season at Sauber. I always forget that. It seems so insignificant when you think about obviously his second season at Ferrari. I kind of didn't even. I know it sounds bad, but I don't know if it's the TV or the media's fault or whether it's my fault, but I just didn't really even know he existed in 2018 at all.
No, I don't think really anybody did, because I don't think the coverage on the rookies was as prosperous as
focused.
what it is nowadays.
Yeah, I think that's right, because I genuinely didn't really even know who he was. I mean, I sort of saw that Ferrari had promoted a guy who had been driving it round at the back of the pack for the season, and I knew obviously he'd done well. He'd beaten his teammate, what was it, Giovinazzi he'd beaten in 2018. But yeah, he kind of jumped in, and then the first race where I really noticed him was the Bahrain race. Do you remember when he was leading for most of it? And then obviously he had that issue, which meant that his car was painfully slow in the last few laps of the race. And Hamilton ended up overtaking him, I think, about a couple of laps from the end of the race, and won the race. And yeah, I remember that. I remember the cool-down room afterwards where Hamilton was saying, I was consoling him, and I was like, I know it sucks in this moment, but you've got a hell of a future ahead of you. So, yeah, you're just getting started, basically, was what you said to him. I thought it was a really nice moment. That was. And it's funny, because now they're going to be teammates at Ferrari.
Yeah, exactly. Now I've got one more fact.
Yeah.
And it was Honda's first podium since 2008.
My goodness. That's quite crazy.
And guess who it was that got it?
Oh, let me think about that. It must have been Alex Albon. Oh no, it wasn't even Albon. It must have been Pierre Gasly. No, it wasn't. It was Max Verstappen.
Yeah, of course it was.
Yeah, I remember. Red Bull had fielded 3 drivers that year, didn't they? It was Verstappen, Gasly, and Albon. And Gasly got sent to the glue factory midway through the season, didn't he? I remember. Otherwise known as Toro Rosso, which then became the AlphaTauri team. I think a couple of years after that, might have even been the year after that, actually. I can't remember.
I think it was about 2 or 3 years after.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my.
I was just thinking when we were talking about Toro and Red Bull there. Is one of the biggest betrayals that I've ever heard of is also when Verstappen started. He started out in Toro Rosso, and Danny Kvyat was the Red Bull, so he was. And at that point, he was also married to what was her name? One of the Space Girls.
Jerry. Yeah, he's still married to her now.
No, I'm not talking. Hold on. Once Verstappen got promoted to Red Bull and Kvyat got demoted, she fucked off from Danny and went straight to Verstappen.
Oh, that's Nelson Piquet's Senior's daughter, Kelly Piquet, who he's still with now. Verstappen is. Yeah.
That's still one of the biggest betrayals in my eyes.
They're still together, yeah, and she has a kid with Daniel Kvyat, who is essentially now Max Verstappen's adopted daughter. I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Why are we mentioning the Spice Girls? I'm confused.
Because I always thought it was by then that Verstappen was married to.
Oh no, Verstappen's. Is he married? I don't know. I'm not sure if he's married yet. But yeah, no, the Spice Girls are like older now. They're like in their 50s. Verstappen, I don't think Verstappen's into women in their 50s. Yeah. No, Verstappen got with it's Nelson Piquet. You know Nelson Piquet, the 3-time world champion. It's his daughter Kelly Piquet. That's who Verstappen's been dating for some time. I don't know if they're married yet, but I know they've been dating for some time. Yeah.
I'll tell you just now. Well, they've been together for 5 years.
Yeah, mate, that's a long time.
No shit, Batman.
Right, here we go then. We're getting underway here for the formation lap, so we'll be getting underway in just a second. We've got dry conditions here for this Australian Grand Prix here tonight at the Purple Sector Formula 1 League, so that obviously means that we should have, hopefully, a relatively incident-free race. By incident-free, I mean I hope we have action and excitement, but I also hope that we see plenty of clean driving and respect shown out on track.
Let's hope the race ahead today is a thrilling one that will go down as a memorable Grand Prix in the history books.
Okay, is it Verstappen's going to be a daddy?
Yeah, didn't you know that? Oh shit, we wouldn't have done no, because no, because he's already got an adopted daughter who's Daniel Kvyat's daughter, and now he's going to they had their own kid together. Yeah. I thought I thought the kid had actually been born. I didn't realise that hadn't been born yet. Here we are anyway, about to go racing here for round 3 of the Purple Sector Formula 1 League here, and it's lights out. Here we go, and it's a great start from Glenn from second place. He might be leading into turn 1 here, although Stiffy on the outside gets a good run there and holds on to the position there. You can see they're justifying an MFC running quite close here. MFC managing to keep on to third place there, and looks like Mark's dropped a couple of positions here down to P10. You've got Rexy Boy there moving ahead of Mark as well. They're into 11th place as they're Matty Pitt moving ahead of Drauga, although they're side by side, and somebody's dropped down there. Rucker's had a bit of a nightmare, and Drauga there losing the place back to Rucker, so Ruck they're back up into P8 in this one, but Stiffy leading ahead of Clem with MFC ahead of Justify, followed by Oliver running in P5, driving a cracking race here. Obviously had a good qualifying session a few moments ago, a really strong showing from him so far, with T in 6th ahead of Matty Pitt, followed by Ruck, Drauga, C Faulkner completing the top 10. Has got Rexy Boy absolutely hassling him here, coming down towards this fast chicane here in the middle part of the lap, but he's not close enough to make a move as Freddie's got around the outside of Mark. But does he complete the move here? He does make the move. Freddie with a peach of a manoeuvre there around the outside as Davidoff now capitalising here on Mark's slightly slow pace here out of the corner, and Truckee here has also got through. As Davidoff and Freddie here having a battle. Freddie trying to keep it around the outside of Davidoff. This will be a heck of a move here from Freddie on this first lap. He's made up 2 places here on this first lap. So Freddie on a bit of a charge right now, although Davidoff might lose out here to Truckee as well. Truckee's looking to try and get Davidoff here down the start finish straight, and this is surely going to be a move here for Truckee in the slipstream, pulling towards the inside now. Davidoff didn't have a great qualifying session, and so far things have not really worked out for him, but he holds on to that position for the time being. Stiffy though leading ahead of Glenn with MUFC, Justify and Oliver the top 5 so far, but very close order here. Everybody's keeping up with each other at the moment, Ian.
Yeah, I was just about to say there that normally by now Stiffy's probably about 1.5 to 2 seconds up the road from everybody by now, but Clint is definitely keeping a tight leash on him this round.
Certainly is. Stiffy is a very strong qualifier, and as we've seen in the races, well in round 2 especially, ran away with it. Round 1 obviously got caught up in a few incidents and a bit of bad luck really, but paid to his chance of taking the win in round 1 at Bahrain. But here we go, we've got Glenn getting closer and closer here with the DRS, looking to try and make a move here, but not close enough still, as Justify has made the move on MUFC. They're up into 3rd place. Can MUFC get the cutback? No. Justify has made that one stick up into 3rd place. Oliver here absolutely hassling these guys as well, as they're battling for the podium positions. But there you can see the whole pack coming through one corner there, as Wild Pluto and White Shadow Hull have lost the rest of them a little bit here. Matty Pitt and Rocky are battling though as they come out of the final corner, and Rocky in the slipstream. C Faulkner's crashed out of the race, and we've got a safety car. C Faulkner there's binned it. Let's see if we can get a sight of the car. Oh, he's crashed into the pit wall. Oh, and look at that. Wild Pluto there doing the same thing, and my goodness, Wild Pluto has crashed as well. So what an absolute turn up for the books that one was. Yeah, we've lost Wild Pluto and C Faulkner as Ian has now muted his mic to go and eat some food. I would imagine.
No, I'm getting a quick phone call. It'll take me like 30 seconds.
Oh. Anyway, currently Stiffy's out the front, leading the race ahead of Glenn in second place. Justify their third, followed by MEFC. Then you've got Oliver running in P5T, ahead of Matty Pitt with Rock, Drauga and Rexy Boy, completing the top 10, followed by Freddie, Davidoff, Mark, Truckee, Street Boy, and Basin and White Shadow Hole running at the, 16th and 17th places at the moment. But a chaotic start to the race there with obviously C Faulkner crashing into the pit wall, and Wild Pluto maybe I don't know, maybe suspecting that C Faulkner's car was a fork in the road and chose the wrong way. I don't know, but whatever the case, they're both out of the race. But yeah, let's get the graphics up here so we know what we're talking about. I always try and keep them off for the first lap because I kind of just want to focus on the action itself rather than the background information regarding it. But obviously now is the time when we need to start focusing our attention to who's on what tyres, as White Shadow Hole has put the hard tyres on. That's quite an early move for the hard tyres, because to go to the end from here, that you'd need a lot of you need some very, very strong tyre conservation. Rexy Boy's done the same thing. What about Davidoff? Davidoff's also put the hard tyres on, so I would have thought these guys would be going or trying to go to the end from here on the hard tyres. It would make sense because they would probably go about 25 racing laps. So if you think about it, they'll probably be going at the end of this lap or the next one. If they can go, if we don't go until the end of lap 5, then there's a strong chance. There's a slightly less strong chance if we go at the end of lap 4. But nonetheless, I suppose they're going to give it a go. 25 racing laps on the hards is doable around some tracks. You can go about 30 to 35 laps around the Red Bull Ring, but around this track, I'm not so sure. We'll have to see. I'd say it's probably about a medium tired egg circuit, this one at Albert Park. There's a few fast corners, but a lot of straights, and I wouldn't say it's too heavy. Maybe the temperature might have something to do with it. Maybe it might be a medium to high, but I wouldn't call it particularly abrasive, or certainly the profile of the track wouldn't suggest that it would be absolutely excruciating on the tyres. But yeah, currently we're coming round towards the final sector here. The last driver in the classification is just closing up onto the pack here, so we might be in. Yep, we are. Safety car is in this lap. Ian's 30-second phone call. Yeah, about that. But anyway, Stiffy. Here we go, he's back. Right, so we're coming into the final part of the lap here. Stiffy's going to get us underway here. Oh, Ian, this is a recipe for disaster. Australia, 17 cars packed into a short space with cold tyres. What is going to happen here?
On the phone call,
Ian doesn't know. So Stiffy leads into turn 1. Glenn second and Justified third there, followed by MESC, Oliver, Matty Pitt, T. And you got Rock, Drauga and Freddie there completing the top 10 as they all come into turn 1 here. And yeah, we got Simon. Okay. We got Simon Blair in the comments, says, how's you, Andy? I'm good. Welcome along, Simon Blair. The Mutts Nuts, obviously veteran at Motive. I know, as Ian's turned his mic off again and then back on again. And Simon. Oh, right. So Simon, obviously, I believe on PC now, aren't you, mate? I know a little while ago you mentioned about if we got leagues on PC for ACC, and obviously we're currently not running leagues on PlayStation as things stand, but hopefully we're going to have that up and running. If you still have the PlayStation lying around somewhere, then keep an eye out, because during the second quarter of this year we will be rolling out some events on ACC on Sunday afternoons or evenings, and maybe a once a month endurance possibly. We'll have to see.
All I'm going to say much is get dive bombed to the Cleo's bitch.
That's Netterton turn 2.
Members. Yeah.
Oh no, sorry, I just blew it, didn't I? Well, he'll remember now.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, Matty Pitt's had a moment there, coming to the final corner.
Oh.
What has happened here? Matty Pitt has had a huge off. Has he got any damage here? That is the worst place on the lap to get damage, because you're as far away from the pits as you could possibly be, but it looks like he's got away without damage. But Matty Pitt's lost a load of places here, and has also got a 3-second time penalty, as if that wasn't enough. As if that wasn't punishment enough, he's now been given a 3-second time penalty as well.
POV Mercedes 2025 season foreshadowing.
Yeah, it's I think possibly it could be. Well, where's his teammate? T's currently running in P6, so one driver hits the wall and drops down the order, and the other one is mediocre on the fringes of the leaders. As T is having to defend here, because Ruck is looking very racy on the outside, coming in towards a fast chicane, but Ruck has to back out on that one. He's not quite close enough, as we see Drauger there getting a massive slide on there, coming out of the chicane. He now looks to the inside of his RNG teammate, as Drauger is looking to try and go all the way around the long way here. And he has done that brilliantly there, quite easily, in fact, with the DRS open. And Drauger up into 7th place. And yeah, that's pretty easy for him so far. But one crucial thing to note, Ian, is that the Racy to Stiffy has got a penalty already. And also Justify has made the move into 2nd place there ahead of Clen.
Oh. That's when I was not long talking about Clen being able to keep the gap too. Stiffy just managed to slip himself away.
Yeah. He's managed to just sneak off, but as I said, with that penalty, Justify only needs to stay within 3 seconds, and he'll get the win. So Stiffy's already put himself in a bit of a sticky position here, because he now needs to. Huh?
I know exactly what you meant for that.
Oh God, I didn't even mean to. Oh, for God's sake. I might have said that subconsciously. I think I probably did, but I genuinely wasn't aware of what I just did there until you mentioned it. Oliver's moved into 4th place around the outside of MESC there. Drauger's making a move here. Oh no, and there's a crash there. Ruck was. I'm just going to say he was spit roasted there. That was absolutely brutal.
Is that the theme for tonight's race, huh?
God's sake, this is going to get very inappropriate very quickly. This is going to get very inappropriate. This is going to get really inappropriate very quickly unless we rein this in. Clen is coming into the pits here under the safety car, so we're going to see a lot of drivers, I think, coming into the pits at this point, because obviously with the slower cars on the racetrack, it means that you can really take advantage of the situation here. So obviously we see Clen's in, Justify, as well as MUSC. You got T, as well as Matty Pitt, as well as Truckee and Basin. Yeah, they've gone on the hards, which makes sense, because you could probably do one stop on the hards to the end of the race. But the thing is, this strategy could be completely nullified if you're on a safety car, and the likelihood, I think, is that we probably will. I can't see us going the duration without another one.
See, another thing is that this has put Stiffy into a very hard situation, because he's already got that 3-second penalty. Yes, I did mean that.
Yes, I know. I know you did. I know, Ian. Trust me, I know.
It really has put him into a seriously stiff situation here. He's got that 3-second penalty, and now the safety cars came back, so he's lost that 2-second gap that he had before the safety car came out. So now he's got to try and build that back up. Granted, yes, the cars that are currently behind him didn't really pose a threat to him to begin with, but those that did are now on 7-lap fresher tyres.
Yeah, it's he's really got his work cut out here in this one, but for sure, yeah. One big shout out here. Alright, no, don't use up all of the puns straight away. And come on, we got to space these out and use them over the course of a season. We got the full season to do this. Come on, let's not be blowing our load all at once. So I need to stop. I need to stop because I just broke my own rule there. I just literally contradicted myself in the same sentence. So right.
But what can I say? I'm not exactly all that experienced that this comes out. It just happens.
Oh God's sake! Come on, mate. We've got to start trying to last a bit longer here, okay? Because this is
The only way that we can make it last longer is if we keep on doing it. The more experience we have, the better we get.
What is going on?
I don't know, mate. It just happens to random people. Normally, normally it's in the younger generation when they see certain things.
My eyes are getting moist now.
I'm about to rub it for you.
No, because that's not my eyes, Ian. Anyway, no, I'm joking. We're not actually together. We're not actually in the same room. Oh, it's a joke. It's a joke.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, I'm sure. Ian, stop it. That's too far. Now that's too far. Now this is ridiculous. This is inappropriate.
You started this, don't you forget that.
This is very inappropriate.
Hey, there's no children watching. If there is, then I apologise, but this is what you get for watching.
Well, no, all of our references are subtle, so they wouldn't know anyway. But the point is,
bullshit.
The safety car is coming in. Is that what? What?
Of course they would.
They're subtle references. Oh no, my hand's in the room.
Then I'm Batman.
Give it here. Give it here. Sorry, she wants me to open a jar of olives.
I didn't put the
Right, don't say anything embarrassing, because I'm streaming. All right, just.
Eh?
There you go.
Thank you.
All right.
Oh, you big strong.
It's
boy.
loose. It's hanging off. It's hanging off. Okay. Right. It's hanging off. All right. I'm commentating now. Leave me to it. Thank you. Bye.
The washing machine.
Yeah. I'll sort it out. All right. Bye. Here we go. We're back underway here at Albert Park for the Australian Grand Prix. We're coming out the final corner here. Safety car period is over. So that is Stiffy leading ahead of Oliver. He's already got a second of a gap here over Oliver right now. Look at that. Stiffy's absolutely shot out of the blocks there, hasn't he, Ian?
Yeah, he has. He's really went at it with some force. He's really ripped it off.
Yeah, let's hope that he hasn't. Let's hope that he's ripped it off. Then he's able to. No, I'm not going to say the next line. Fucking hell. Anyway, he's got a second and a half over Dralgo at the moment, with Oliver there running in third place. And Oliver's got a big train of cars here behind him. Davidoff, Rexy Boy, Clen, as well as Justify as well. So they're all running in very close contention at the moment. MUFC is also lining up a move here on Street Boys. He's got around the outside there up into 8th place. Davidoff's also moved ahead of Oliver here. So Oliver dropping places here. Rexy Boy getting ahead of him as well. So Oliver's absolutely plummeting down the order here, as Freddie's got ahead of Street Boy now up into 9th place as well. And wow, incredible stuff there. But Oliver losing 3 places on this opening lap here on the restart. Now coming out the pressure here from Clen, as Clen goes around the outside. Oh, as Oliver gets tagged there. Oliver just, it looked like Clen but maybe closed the door on him a little bit there, going around the outside. Oliver's now got TTV, MUFC looking on him, but too far back there. But yeah, Oliver's had not the dream restart to this race, I'm sure about that. But Dralga into the pits here at the end of lap 10, or lap 11, no, lap 10. And yeah, that's Dralga there putting up what I would assume would be a fresh set of hards. Yep, hard tyres going on. Can go to the end, but a long way behind.
Ever since we started these jokes, all I can imagine these cars have been, white stuff chasing after a certain thing. And that certain thing is Stiffy.
Oh God. Alright. That's it. That's enough for tonight.
You started this bit.
No, we need to just stop, because otherwise it's gonna the novelty is gonna wear off. It's not gonna be funny anymore if we keep doing it over and over again. Alright, Davidoff is overtaken there by Rexy Boy. Rexy Boy up into 2nd place. MUFC there's got ahead of Oliver now, so Oliver down another place here. We got Street Boy getting passed by Basin as well. Basin up into P9. See a bit of a slide there on the exit of the chicane. T's got a bit of a run here.
That track can be... Sorry,
always going to make a move here, looking to the inside. No, T can't do it. Always Mark there, looking around the outside, and T squeezes in there, a bit of contact. Mark there, nowhere to go, has to tuck in for the time being. But yeah, this big train of cars here from 10th all the way down to 14th place, 5 of them in the line, as Oliver's into the pits here. So obviously has done a stint on the medium tyres, maybe putting the hards on. I'm going to go to the end from here, could potentially be the case. As we see T there making a move on Street Boy up into 9th place. Oh no, there's contact. Oh, and the McLaren there of Mark getting caught up behind them. Street Boy T and Mark there getting caught up. That's a 3-man collision there going into turn 1. And we see White Shadow Hull there moving into the points. So what a race it's been from White Shadow Hull so far. Could be a case of survival here in this one. As Street Boy there having a look there, just tapping him in the rear a little bit. As Drauga there is into 12th place, but Mark and T coming off way worse than that one. Street Boy getting away relatively scot-free. But yeah, these two in a bit of trouble here. Drauga's now got ahead of Street Boy with the damage, I would assume, on the car. Davidoff's got back ahead of Rexy Boy up into 2nd place. We've got to stay with this battle here for second, Ian, because these guys are having a fantastic battle. Here comes Rexy Boy, but Davidoff has got DRS on Stiffy, crucially protecting him from the threat of Rexy Boy here.
And keep an eye on behind, because you've got Justify and Clem right behind them as well.
Yeah, we certainly have here. Justify is in a not the most enviable of positions, because obviously he's at the back of a DRS train, so everyone in front of him has got the DRS on the car in front, which means that he's basically got almost no chance of overtaking any of them. So he kind of just needs to wait for the opportunities to form. Pretty much what they need is for one of these drivers to break away, and then the driver at the front to be a sitting duck, and then just gradually make your way through. And it can take laps. It can take a whole race sometimes for that opportunity to arise, and sometimes you never even get that opportunity. You have to sit in that train for the whole race.
At the same time, they really do need to work together here. They need to put Steffi under pressure. They need to get him to overwork his tyres, try and get him to pit early, and just try and use that to extend and just try and extend the lead.
This is the thing, because upon the safety car restart, Stiffy was pulling away. Now that his medium tyres are 12 laps old, he is starting to struggle a bit. You can see these hard tyre runners who have obviously got far more tread and probably more confidence are really putting the pressure on him here. Davidoff is all over him as he looks to the inside. Davidoff obviously missed the race on Thursday night, so he had to miss a round due to the fact that he was, I think, a work due, and as a result wasn't able to be on track.
Where was it? Geneva, I think it was. Did he say? I cannot for the life of me remember, because he put it in the chat. Yeah,
it was a work dinner. So basically, like a sort of like a semi formal function, I guess. Like, yeah, you know, when like you've got to kind of like be on your best behaviour, but you can also drink and have a laugh as well. There's Davidoff here trying to go around the outside, but it's not like a work Christmas do where anything goes and nobody cares. But Stiffy getting back around Davidoff there, back up into the lead. So those two having a bit of a swap and change there. Davidoff looked like he had the lead done there, or looked like he had the move done, but couldn't quite make it stick. As White Shadow Hull, 3-second time penalty there for track limits. But yeah. Davidoff now will have the DRS once again. Look at the straight line speed that Davidoff's got over Stiffy. Even without the DRS there, he was closing in massively. So it looks like Stiffy's gone for a high downforce setup here, although Davidoff might be short geared there because he was slowing down towards the end of the straight, but Davidoff nonetheless getting the move done there up into the lead of the race. Now you've got Glenn here who's looking to try and attack on Stiffy. To the outside we go. Glenn is going to try and go all the way around Stiffy here. Stiffy a sitting duck at the moment on these worn out medium tyres, and we've got a safety car here. Why have we got a safety car? Who has crashed? Ruck is out of the race.
Oh yeah.
So that's going to now blow the strategy out of the water, and everyone's going to have a free pit stop. Everyone's going to come in, change their tyres, and that gives Stiffy a very, very advantageous hand here in this one, because he won't lose track position. He'll be in second place with a fresh set of hard tyres.
No, Ruck's been out the race for a long time, pal.
Eh? Oh, what triggered the safety car there?
Out of the race for, I'm just looking back now.
Because I thought he had been out of the race. I thought he'd already crashed, but the thing is, I was trying to make sense of the fact that we had a safety car, and I was looking down like, yeah, basically.
I don't think it has. Because I'm obviously as a white dot stopped at just before Sector 2.
Now, obviously, I don't know what the rules are in Pebble Sector, but I'm pretty sure one can probably be safe to assume that stopping out on track to cause a safety car would be against the rules, so I don't quite know how that's going to go down. But
let's see what's happened. If I can
that sounds a bit suspect.
He was in between two cars.
Big shout out Freddie running in P3 after starting at 15th on the grid here, and what a drive it's been from him so far. And
it looks like he's just took the fast right-hander a little bit too hard, and he's spun and just took a wee bit too long to get going again.
Okay.
But yeah, Freddie, fantastic drive so far. He's kept a cool head. He's just been following the train, doing what everyone else is doing. Just managing the tyres, trying to put pressure on those ahead. He did fantastically, getting up this far. And right now he just needs to do what everyone else is doing and keep a level head and just keep going.
Push on, yeah.
But Steffi, he's on now a pair of softs.
That's mad. That's crazy. Because
that's brave.
Yeah, because you're not going to save tyres in the middle of the pack like that, behind so many other drivers, having to overtake, and you're not going to be able to go quick because you're not in clean air. So how are you going to be able to put your foot down and pull out a gap?
If I yell out texting during a race, because Freddie's just put in the chat saying, how the hell am I P3, P15?
Yeah, he's well, they might want to have a look at that, Stuart, because that to me seems a little bit a little bit naughty, a little bit, you know what I mean?
Not unless someone has got access to his YouTube account in the garage and he's just went over the radio and asked him to put it.
Yeah, Freddie, if you need a lawyer, call up Ian. He'll sort you out. He's got you. Don't worry. Don't worry. All right, better call Ian.
My fees are very high.
Better call Ian. Coming to cinemas in February the 30th, 2099.
Mate, if that was actually that thing, everybody would be in jail due to my incompetence. I'll get way too distracted.
No, he would sacrifice his client for a cheeky under the table bribe. That's what would happen.
Well, of course.
This is why you should defend yourself, folks. If you get in trouble, always defend yourself.
Mate, I'll give you up for a fiver under the table.
Oh god, you would as well. You're not even joking. That's the thing. He probably would. You know
how easily I get distracted. The other day there, I was taking my friend out to one of the next towns, and we were talking about something there, because something serious, can't remember what. Then all of a sudden, because it's quite a country bit between the two towns.
Yeah. So it's what a. What do you mean by crunchy? Sorry.
It's like a bypass type thing. So it's the main. It's at that point it's a bypass, but then it moves on to a motorway. But it's all called the M77, which connects like all the way down south to like Stranraer, all the way up to Glasgow. So between Ayr and Kilmarnock is where we were, and then we were talking, and all of a sudden I just went, "Oh, look, a sheep!" As if I've never seen sheep before.
Well, always Stiffy there, all over the back of Basin here. Obviously started P6 here on this restart, and Stiffy on the fresh off tyres. Ian, we've been saying how Stiffy needs to make moves quickly here. That's one place done, but a lot still to go.
Yeah, and if he pushes too hard, those tyres are just going to burn up.
Absolutely, yeah. Let's hope that he can protect those tyres as much as possible. Davidoff 3-second time penalty, yeah. Oh Jesus, we're going to need to get the penalty graphic up towards the end. Yeah, in the last couple of laps we're going to need that penalty graphic, because we're going to need to know what the situation is in terms of where people are going to finish with those, obviously, those alterations. But T's in the meantime has got ahead of the mark up into P11. Eh?
What happened to Davidoff? He's in P16.
He pitted just now.
Must have had a problem.
Must have had a problem. Oh yeah. Wait, what?
Yeah.
What did happen to him? Did you see?
No idea. Hold on.
Have a look. But anyway, we've got Oliver all over the back of Street Boy here as they're coming into the final sector. We're going to keep half an eye on that. But Stiffy, very close to Freddie here. But the crucial thing for Freddie is that no TRS on the first lap of the restart. So Stiffy, for the time being, is going to have to tuck in. But Stiffy, with those fresh soft tyres and that incredible traction coming out of turn one, gets a good exit. Saying that though, Freddie's got good straight line speed, and that's keeping him ahead there as they come into turn 3 or 4. I'm not quite sure. But currently, Stiffy are able to make that move. Oh, it's drive-through. Has to be a drive-through. That's why. Drive-through. And obviously he had to do it.
The first lap of the...
Yeah, he would have done it as the safety car was coming in.
that's what I'm saying. You can't stop during that point when it's a bit
I think
clear.
you can when it's about to go in. I think you can't do it when it's out. You can't, but you can do on the lap it comes in. Pretty sure. Glenn on the back of Justify. Justify's got DRS. I wonder why. Justify was Justify behind just now. I think he was, wasn't he? So Glenn. Yeah, so Glenn has been overtaken for the lead of the race. Justify now hits the front here as we're coming through the final few corners here on lap 18 of the race. But Glenn is going to try and return this favour here as we come down the start-finish straight. DRS open, but it's quite a short straight here at Melbourne. You're not really much of scope to overtake, and obviously it's a very fast turn one. So unless you're ahead or well alongside, then you're not going to make that move. But Drauger has got a 3-second time penalty there for track limit warnings, and Drauger's race obviously hasn't really gone fully to plan, but running in P7 as Freddie there swoops around the outside of Glenn there with Glenn's small mistake going through turn 4, and Freddie there now running 13 places up from where he started. What a race it's been from him.
But there was contact from Freddie, because I saw Glenn's driver put his hand up as if there was some kind of contact.
Let's hope that that wasn't Freddie's fault, or that there wasn't any foul play involved in that one. Rexy Boy, in the meantime, has moved ahead of Drauger here up into 7th place. As Rexy Boy now trying to attack on the back of Basin here. Matty Pitts got ahead of Drauger as well, so Drauger is absolutely plummeting down the hill here. Has he got damage maybe? T also getting around the outside of Drauger. So, yeah, Drauger sitting duck at the moment. Things aren't going to plan at all here, as Davidoff's now got ahead of White Shadow Hull up into P15 as well.
Yes.
But here
action wherever you look tonight on this track. Even the two at the very back are still relatively close together.
Yeah, they definitely are. I don't know whether Davidoff's got any chance of getting back into it with a safety car, because I don't know what the drivers are going to do in front, but we know that Davidoff, if he goes for track position and doesn't pit, probably could keep a lot of these drivers behind him. Could be an interesting one.
But right at the back of Glenn here.
Yeah, as we see Rexy Boy and Basin here going side by side, and Rexy Boy around the outside there's got that move done. Now T's going to try and follow suit as well here on the back of Basin, so the inside there, and has to give space there, which he duly does so. Drauger here now slotting in the middle of this as he's just ahead of Mark, but still in that final points paying position. Drauger clinging on to some hope of some points here in this one, and we'll have DRS on this train of cars here as they come through this flat out section of the track here. But it's Rexy Boy who leads this train of cars, P6 all the way down to P12 here. Oh no, P13 even, to 8 of them in a line, as Basin now with the DRS moving ahead of Rexy Boy coming into the fast chicane. So Basin now into 6th place, Rexy Boy and T still right behind them with Matty Pitt as well, Drauger, Mark, Street Boy and Truckee there all in a line. Look at this here, and this is absolutely this is a real feast here of a battle.
Yep. It's phenomenal. This is what we love to see here, Purple Sectors. We love to see the close race, and we don't, as much as we like to see our driver doing well and showing off what he can do by running off in the distance, we love it even more when drivers are so close that they can, anything can happen, a collision, an overtake, an amazing defence, anything.
As Basin there down the inside into turn 1, but Rexy Boy's not done. He's going to try and return the favour here. DRS as well now for Basin, as for Rexy Boy, even as Basin there pretty much vulnerable there to that one. Although holding it on the inside here is Basin, still not giving up. Oh, and he loses it there. Twitch, big twitch there, held onto it just about. T there around the outside there up into 7th place, and Basin there loses 2 places there with that one. I think he'd have lost out to Rexy Boy anyway, but lost an extra position due to that little twitch there on the exit of the corner. And now Rexy Boy running in P6 here on lap 21 of the race. Still a fair way to go at the moment. As we see look at this. We've got that battle for 6th place, an 8-way battle for 6th. We've got a 5-way battle for the lead now as well, including Stiffy, who's on the soft tyres. But Stiffy's going to be screwed at the moment because he's got to do 15 laps on these softers. There's the Red Bull of Glenn looking to the inside now of Freddie, gives him a bit of a tap there, just slight contact there between the wheels, and Glenn loses out to Stiffy as a result there. Went for the move for second, ended up dropping down to 4th there to Glenn with a slightly ambitious move there, shall we say, on Freddie.
Yeah, I would say it's definitely not the place that I would personally go for a move. I would have waited and tried to stick a little bit closer, waited till the start finish straight, just to try and see if I could try and get anything done rather than doing it there, because at that point you're just leaving yourself vulnerable, as we just saw.
In the meantime, T has just got ahead of Basin, so Bason's down to 9th place here. Obviously, we saw that twitch on the previous lap, and Basin losing more places here. But we're going to stick with this battle for the lead here, because this is for the major placings here. This is for the money tonight here at Albert Park, and third round of the season. Stiffy trying to chase his second win of the season. But the winner in the opening round of the season, Davidoff, down in 14th place. Second place driver in that first race of the season, MEFC, currently in P5 at the moment, but in this battle for the win. And yeah, it's absolutely wide open at the moment. I think this is anyone's race between these 5. Maybe Stiffy might have an outside shot because of obviously the situation we know with not just the penalty but also with the tyres. Justify no penalties and leading the race. Freddie has got a penalty, and that could bite him by the time we get to the end of the race. But
but with the amount of safety cars that we have saw so far, I don't believe that we've seen the last one yet.
Oh, Bason's had enough there. So Basin onto the gravel has lost out now to Mark, Streetboy and Truckee. Oliver coming up on the scene as well. What a shame for Oliver after having such a strong start to the race. Qualified right up the top, and even at the last safety car restart was in there, yeah. We see 2 drivers into the pits there, Truckee and Basin coming in at the same time. Basin maybe damaged there on the car. He's done 14 laps on the hards, could have gone to the end, I think so. Must be damaged there for Basin. As Justify's almost got the gap at over a second here to Freddie. So this is now great news for Justify, because now he can really try and stamp home this advantage that he's got here out the front. We go back to the battle here for 6th. This looks like these two have pulled away a little bit. Rexboy and Draga from T. We've lost driver Matty Pitt. No. Oh no, the reigning champion. The host of the Purple Sector League is out of the race here on lap 23. Is that going to be a safety car? Hopefully not. Hopefully it was just a retirement. I hope it wasn't a crash.
No, I think he retired when he was in the pits.
Oh no. Matty Pitt throwing in the towel there, obviously. Didn't have much hope of a strong result by the looks of it. But Justify nonetheless still leading this train of cars here. Freddie's closed up a little bit coming through the final sector here. It's still a very, very tight. This is anyone's race here, Ian, between these top 5. They're still all right there. I'm just going to throw one up in the air, and then you can obviously spin off of it. But Stiffy putting the soft tyres on. Is he saving them, do you reckon? Do you reckon he might not be pushing as much as he can at this stage?
I think he is pushing, because at this point he knows that if he doesn't try to make a move now, then the rest of them are going to, the cars on behind are going to start getting a little bit rowdy and going to start thinking about making a move. And he knows that if he loses even another one position, then he's going to have to work even harder and use more of the tyre's life.
Would you agree he needs a safety car to get back into this? Oh, it's Baton has crashed out of the race. Is Stiffy's prayers going to be answered here? Doesn't look like it.
No, I think he was in the pits at the point.
Stiffy here getting close on Freddie, but Drauga's moved ahead of Rexy Boy for P6. These two have been battling for a number of laps now. They've got T right behind them as well, who will be looking to try and get involved in it. Stiffy, Freddie and Stiffy there, side by side, contact there. Freddie was right off onto the gravel there. He's trying to hold it around the outside for this next sequence. He'll throw it down the inside into the penultimate corner. No, he won't. Actually backs out of it nicely. Stiffy there, a bit of a slide, but obviously he's on borrowed time with those soft tyres. We know that. But can Freddie make the move on him down the start finish straight here? He's got the DRS, and Freddie's going to make this move brilliantly there into turn 1. Swerve to the inside as Stiffy tried to put him off, but Freddie taking absolutely no... Oh, he's going to the wall there!
Safety car.
No! Freddie's got a missing front wing there. He manages to get away without crashing out of the race. Justify still leading the race ahead of Stiffy with Glenn there in third place, but Freddie there binning it into the barriers, and... That's a real shame. That is a real shame.
I'll call it. I said that we would have at least one more safety car out there.
Yeah, it's it's played brilliantly into the hands of Stiffy, who ironically was involved in that collision, albeit didn't actually put him in the wall, but there was, a squabble.
It was a hard race.
Yeah, it was a squabble which led to Freddie losing the car. Had to take a tyre line through the corner and lost it. That was it really. But yeah. That's one of them things, isn't it? It does happen.
Yep. And right now, it's all about the top 4. and whether or not they should be moving on to a fresh set of soft tyres now and going all out for the final few laps of the race.
Yeah, I think it'll be a 2-lap dash to the flag. It might be a 1-lap dash. Sorry, a 3-lap dash. It's only going to be 2 or 3 laps. If we go at the end of lap 26, it'll be a 3-lap. If we go at the end of lap 27, it'll be a 2-lap. But they're staying out.
Oh, Stiffy stays out.
They're all yeah. Well, to be fair...
Oh, that justifies that.
To be fair, Stiffy can save tyres under the safety car. So Stiffy now leads the race on those worn-out soft tyres. Now, where are Justify and Klen going to come out? They're going to come out behind some hard runners, who I don't think they're going to waste much time behind at all here. Freddie coming in. So, yeah, I don't think Justify and Klen are going to struggle to clear the likes of Jalga, Rectiboy and MUFC. I reckon they're going to make quite short work of those three. So I can't see Stiffy managing to get a gap on those worn soft tyres and managing to hold on from these guys. I think Justify and Klen will definitely get Stiffy at the end. I can't see Stiffy finishing higher than third.
It's one thing catching a driver, it's another thing overtaking, but at the same time when you have tyres, that soft tyres that are that old and a track that's this fast and that hard on tyres,
it's heavyweight versus flyweight. It's looking very, very grim for Stiffy at this moment in time. Yeah, I predict at this point I think it would Justify ahead of Klen with Stiffy maybe on the podium if he can just keep it together and if he doesn't fight them too hard and doesn't get involved in any silliness, he could probably get a podium here. I think quite easily.
Yeah. I think that Stiffy should have went softer a little bit later on in the race.
Yeah, I fully agree with that. But it is what it is, and this is the situation right now. I think are going to be doing one more lap under the safety car, so it's going to be a 2-lap dash. Stiffy needs to run out the clock here and do as many laps as he can under the safety car, because that'll be less time for Justify and Klen to catch up and potentially overtake. 2 laps, I think, is going to be plenty for them to clear these hard runners who are going to offer absolutely no defence. And look at this, they come into the pits anyway. So they're going to be right behind him on the restart. This is going to be like Verstappen against Hamilton, Abu Dhabi 2021.
I was just thinking that. Myself.
Oh, it's TTV. MUSC has retired. Or has he? No, been DQ'd. Been DQ'd from the race as TTV MUFC. So, DQ there for speeding in the pits, I think. Or I don't know, maybe. Potentially. Or could have been...
Makes sense,
Just trying to think. No, I know why. It's because he had a drive-through and couldn't serve it. Because of the safety car.
You can't serve under a safety car.
Yeah, could be. So nonetheless, that's MUFC out of the race. But this is going to be, I think, well, now that Stiffy's obviously hasn't got the protection of those 3 hard runners behind him, I think that he could be vulnerable to drop the podium. You've got the likes of T, Street Boy, Oliver all on the fresh soft tyres. Stiffy could drop off the podium here, I think, if he doesn't get on with it on this restart. This could be curtains for his hopes of a podium. He really needs to be on it here on this restart.
Just while we're waiting for the race to restart, I've just got a notification from Formula 1 on Instagram that McLaren has actually just announced that they've signed a multi-year contract with Oscar Piastri. Yeah,
that doesn't surprise me because they've got 2 absolute potential superstars, haven't they, there? It's weird because Piastri, in a way, although obviously I wasn't alive when they were racing, like Senna and Prost, in a way, Piastri reminds me a lot of Alan Prost from what I've seen about him.
He does get that vibe.
Very cool-headed, nothing really phases him or bothers him. Not potentially the quickest, but certainly the wisest and the smartest in terms of racing styles. But nonetheless, we're racing here on the penultimate lap of the race here. Stiffy into turn 1. There's Justify ahead of Klen, followed by T running in 4th place. Mark has moved ahead of Oliver's dropped behind Freddie. Look at this. We've got somebody on the grass there as well. Oliver, they're dropping down the order down to 11th place, so horrendous restart there from Oliver. Stiffy, though, has had quite a good first few corners here, holding his own. Doesn't look like Justify is absolutely all over him at the moment, but it's definitely keeping up with him. Let's not say that Stiffy's pulling out the gap, because he certainly isn't, but at the moment certainly seems to be holding some sort of ground here as we come through this middle sector. But the DRS zones on the next lap are going to be crucial here. But look at this, Justify has got so much pace there on Stiffy with the slipstream there, absolutely playing to full effect there. Now Glenn is going to look to try and make the move as well. Can Stiffy get some slipstream here down towards this next corner here? If he can, he might have a chance coming back at him. But here comes Glenn now to the inside, and he's going to make that move. Routine stuff there, justifying Glenn making the move on Stiffy, and we knew it was going to happen here, didn't we? It was a matter of time.
Yeah, I don't think Stiffy's aero package was the best direct choice for this track.
It certainly wasn't built for defending, was it? I think it was built for pulling away and hoping that no one would be on the back of him.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's definitely more of a defence and pounce while the iron's hot type of aero package.
In the meantime, Freddie is
retired from the session.
Yeah, Freddie's crashed out there on the last lap of the race, which is absolutely gutting there. Was in that battle for the win, started in P15 and worked his way up to, at one point, second place. A fantastic drive from him, but unfortunately will go unrewarded here tonight. I said earlier on, White Shadow Hull could pick up a point here for staying in the race, and it's looking potentially like that could actually be the case here. T is hassling like a Stiffy and might make this move here for the lead, sorry, for third place even, but this is for the lead out front. Justify and Glenn are going to get everything here in the final few corners, neither of them with penalties. Glenn has made that move there around the outside. Can Justify come back at him? Not for the time being, he can't. Glenn has now taken the lead here on this last lap, but as Justify going to have the DRS here down towards this last sector here, I think Glenn has just taken the win here by the looks of it, Ian. This is not going to be an opportunity for Justify to come back at him. Glenn is going to be the race winner here with the last lap move here in Australia.
Yep, that was a phenomenal move. He saw his chance, took it, and he took it at exactly the right time. He knew when he had to do it, and he knew that he would have no other opportunities to come back at him, and he's done it, and he's went on to win. It's
going to be Glenn here to take round 3 of the season here at Purple Sector for season 12 with Justify over in second place. There's T who completes the podium. We've got Stiffy there to finish him P6 with the penalties, so Rexy Boy third, Mark 4th, T over in P5. Then you've got Drauga 6th, followed by Trucky 7th, Stiffy 8th, Street Boy 9th, Oliver P10, and White Shadow Hull completes the classification in 11th and misses out on a point by 1 position. That is absolutely agonising there for White Shadow Hull, but that's the first hiccup of the night, Jesus. But that is it then. And that was a fascinating Australian Grand Prix for the Purple Sector Formula 1 League. And Ian, I know a bit of a topsy-turvy, incident-filled race, but a fantastic last lap move there. What do you make of that?
Yeah, absolutely phenomenal. He knew when he had to make the move. He had the opportunity to make the move. He took it, and he built a gap to the point where he just knew that he wouldn't be able to come back at him.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I mean, obviously had the pace on that last lap, and the DRS down that second straight, I think, just took him away, didn't it? Sealed the deal. And like you say, there was no coming back from that, none at all. But yeah, what a race that was, guys. Well done to Glenn for that, for making that move when it mattered on the final lap of the race. First over the line, Justify second place. Rexy Boy completing the podium a little way back, and look at the penalties. I tell you what, right? If that's not incentive to keep your nose clean and not get a penalty, I don't know what is. The top 3, all without penalties. Everyone else had 1, 2, 3 penalties. You know, clearly, not getting a penalty is good for your health, guys. So, don't get penalties. Be smart. Don't get caught. Anyway, thanks everybody. We'll see you on Thursday night. We'll be back as always on Thursday, 8 p.m. UK time for the Purple Sector Formula 1 League. Make sure that you're here if you're a friend, family, or otherwise associate of any of the drivers. And yeah, we'll be live at the same time as always in Suzuka, Japan. So yeah, we'll see you all then. Good night.
Good night.